What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. An amazing episode is going to be of the Win and Play podcast with your host, your boy, Sean Gary. That's me, national youth speaker and author of Ricardo's Race, the activity booklet, and a couple other books. But listen, today is a very special day, as every episode is, because we bring some amazing information to you guys. So for those of you who are back, welcome back. And go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't. Tell them like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Boom. There you go. Now, if you're here for the first time and you're like, what is this about? I seen this, or a friend told me to watch it, click it, whatever. Then basically what we do is I interview principals, teachers, and parents, and anyone else who's a youth advocate that works with youth in any capacity. And so basically they get to share their story, their testimony, their journey, and whatever they're doing, and how, if they're in education, they're in education. If they're coaching, whatever it is. But then at the end, I always ask everybody to drop some win and plays, some diamonds for all of you that are watching. So principals, teachers, parents, any youth advocate at all, this is the place to be. So make sure that you like it, subscribe, take notes, rewind, come back, rewind again, come back, and all that good stuff. All right. So before we get started, before our guest today introduces herself, I want to do what we normally do, and you guys that are watching, that have been watching, know what's coming. So this is the Win and Play podcast. So in sports, every team wants to win, right?
Absolutely.
Get to the championship and then win the championship, which in a lot of sports, you win a ring.
Yeah.
So here on the show, we eat a ring pop. So that's just a little thing we do. And of course, the guest gets to choose first which one
Let's see here.
you want.
This is different.
Yeah, freeze.
Rainbow sherbet. This must different. Be new or something. Yeah.
Okay, you know how we do on the show. You know, we be bringing that new. Like, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, this is new.
Shoot, I don't know. You going with that one?
I'm going with this one.
All right. Good luck.
Look, and that's my attire. Hey.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Perfect. I'm going to go with the watermelon.
All right, cool.
This one looks cool, too. Maybe I'll do that one on the next episode if it's still available.
All right.
So let's go ahead and bust them open.
All right, let's do it.
See what we're working with. Now, watermelon, you can't go wrong with watermelon.
See, I like sherbet, but I ain't never had it on a ring pop before.
Oh, really?
So this is going to be interesting.
There we go. Not bad watermelon. It is. That is definitely watermelon. And sherbet, is it good, though?
It's good. It's definitely sherbet.
Nice. Listen, Ring Pop, y'all going to hit me up one of these days. Okay. We need y'all to sponsor an episode or something, because we be shouting y'all out every single episode. And they're in the office going, so why would we give him anything then?
Right. I know, right?
It's all good. All right. So here we go. You ready to get this thing rolling?
Let's get rolling.
All right. So before we dive into it, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself to those that are watching at home, and you can share a little bit of your background as to maybe what you do today, and then we'll cycle back and go back and come forward.
Okay, so I'm Teneshia Eason. I wear many hats. I work for a healthcare organization that's pretty large. I also work for Cincinnati Public Schools as a coach, and I'm also the president of an organization that's a nonprofit called Trinity Safe Haven.
Y'all keeping up? Are y'all keeping up? It's a lot of stuff, right? Y'all keeping up? Yeah. That's what's up. What's up. So awesome. So let's go back to what you coaching. You coaching
youth basketball.
Girls. Okay, yeah. We go
4th grade through 6th grade.
Nice. That's perfect. That's perfect, because of course I'm coaching girls basketball right now, right?
Awesome.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to so how long have you been working with youth?
I've been working with the youth for about 15 years.
Okay. So that's a good amount of time. What was it that you experienced maybe like when you were younger where you said, you know what, maybe one day I'm going to work with you? And maybe you don't have a story like that, or maybe there wasn't anything special, but for some there was a moment that they said, oh man, this meant so much to me. Like, I got to work with youth. Did you have a story like that?
For me growing up, it was basketball. It was an outlet. So regardless of any kind of day you're having, you're able to get in just that peace of mind through sports, especially basketball for girls, because any girl can do it. You don't have to be 100% excelling in it, but it was a great outlet for me. And even in school, even if I didn't play in school, I would decide to go outside of school and play.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it.
Nice. So playing sports. So
Mm-hmm.
how far back were you playing? Were you for yourself?
I would say I had played back in high school at Woodward, and then I went,
Woodward, shout out,
yes,
y'all.
and then I played at Job Corps in Flint, Michigan, and
Okay.
then the passion just still stuck with me.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up. So did you play in middle school
No,
as well?
no,
Oh, you
I
didn't play
didn't.
in middle school?
I didn't. Around that time, that's when I left to go to Job Corps in Flint, Michigan.
Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
So you played in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So you were what position did you play?
Point guard.
Point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, handling
Yeah.
the rock, huh?
Yeah, I was, but
Okay.
I'm telling y'all, I'm short, so you gotta pull your weight when you short. I mean, everybody trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm 5'1" technically, but you know, they'll try you when you short
Right.
like that. You gotta be
Right.
able to have some speed on you.
Yeah. That fight, that
Yes,
that dog in you. Yeah.
Anybody could do it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up. So you played sports coming up,
Mhm.
and it was a good outlet for you. Where was it where you decided to start working with youth?
A couple times people would ask me like, "Hey, can you do this? Can you do that?" And when it involved the youth, and for me being one of those kind of people where I'm like the community's mom, I'm like, you know what? Sure, no problem. So that's what kind of got me into it. A lot of the teachers, parents would reach out. They would see when I go to recreational centers how I interact with the kids. The kids listen to me, they respect me. So it just kind of rolled off to me naturally. Because the parents, they felt safe with me. They knew that I was looking out for their kids' best interests.
Nice. That's what's up. Yeah, man, it's nice when you have that connection. I felt like I've been asked plenty of times, like, why the youth? And one of the first things for me that come to mind is because they listen.
Yeah.
They're drawn to me. So the fact that they're drawn to me, it makes me, like, for me, it's like I want to pour into them. You know, I want to make sure I give them something good, especially if they listening. Then whatever I'm spewing out, they're going to soak it up, you know? So
right,
I'm going to
absolutely.
take advantage of it and give them something good for sure.
And that's what they need. A lot of the times they just need a listening ear. Especially within the high schools, they deal with different adversities every single day, whether it's at home or with other peers, with their teachers. They don't get no one to actually say, hey, I'm here to listen to you. What's on your mind? What are you going through? Instead, what they do is they act off of impulse. And that's when they get in trouble or they be rebellious because of their dynamic of what they experience, especially in low poverty areas. Low poverty areas, those kids are definitely prone to act out because they don't have all the fancy, things that upper class families do.
Right. For sure. What's something that you've seen, like you have any examples of something that you've seen and you were just kind of like, man, if they were in a different situation, maybe they wouldn't have to deal with that or anything like that. Can you think of any situations like that?
Absolutely. Just with parents not being involved. I had one kid that had stopped me when I was getting some gas from BP, and he was 14, and he had asked if I could get him some food out the store. And I said, sure, no problem. So I went and grabbed him some food, and I asked him, I said, how old are you? And he was like, I'm 14. And so we just kind of engaged and had a conversation about the fact that he's old enough to work. But it was the fact that his parents, they were dealing with some substance issues, and he wasn't able to get them to sign off right through the school. And I asked him what school he went to. There are specific school social workers that can work with the kids. And so I did bring that to his attention to reach out. Also, this kid, I started seeing him regularly. And so I was able to...
Like at the gas station? Or
yeah.
Like, what was you? Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay. And so I was able to interact with him and also even have a conversation with his parents to that I give him a lawnmower. And so when I gave him a lawnmower, he was actually able to work for himself. And be a predominant person in society because he actually had that option to do so. This kid wound up going to the library. I told him to create some flyers. He created flyers, handed those out. So he was able to start working for himself. And then we got into the research of how to have your own business, what it takes to be a business owner. So that way he can get business cards and he can get what he needs.
Let's go.
So it's been a couple years. He's been, still succeeding in definitely working for himself, but also that opened up the door for other people to see what he's capable of.
Absolutely.
You know, so sometimes it takes
what's
for the community or, you know, just for other people to care, even though it's not your kid. And this was a Caucasian kid.
Oh, wow.
Even though
why was I not thinking that though, right?
You know,
Why
right, because
I
everybody would think that it's an African-American
little
kid.
black kid.
No, sometimes it's, you know, it's based off of their, you know, where their location of where they are. That change the dynamic of situations. So, but a lot of times people do when they hear about that, they're like, oh no, you know, is he African? No, he's not.
Right,
you know?
right. Nah, kudos to you, man, because you took the time. You could have easily just not asked any questions. You could have ignored them out the gate, never even helped them out, but it was something in you that cared enough to say, hey, let me ask these questions and see what's going on. I really believe that, you know, relationship is the key. That's what, like, to me, with everything is just relationship, because when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, and treating somebody the right way, they're typically going to open up and share, whether it's something that they need or something that they want to give back. It's like that safe space, like, oh, this person actually cares about me, so I can open up to them, and amazing things happen then.
Absolutely.
You know?
And it doesn't take much. I mean, we don't have to have, you know, nice cars, nice houses to show these youth and these kids that we really do care, because it did used to be a village of us to look out for these kids. And now they feel separated. They feel neglected. They feel neglected at home, and now they feel neglected in the schools.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. How did it feel though for you, like seeing them
progress?
Yeah, like he got the lawnmower, he started making moves.
It was definitely a proud moment because he was teachable.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. He was teachable. He was
key.
willing to take the information that I gave him and do something with it because he wanted it.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's how bad you want it. And I even bring that to the girls or boys that I coach. I'm like, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to get the good grades? Are you willing to come to school on time and every single day? So it's sometimes how bad do you want that opportunity for success?
Man, that's huge. That's huge. Man, that's huge, because that's something that's not even just for the kids. That's for us adults. That's for everybody. Absolutely. Because anything you need, how bad do you need it? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't have this, or woe is me. And,
are you willing to make those sacrifices? You know, instead of going to hang out with friends, maybe you should study a little bit harder. So it's how bad do you want that success in life, and what are the sacrifices that you're willing to make to get to that point?
That's good. That's good. And shout out to this young man who was able to take that information and be mentored and coached, you know, to be able to advance his life and make things better for himself and probably his family. And like you said, there's people now that can see his capabilities, like, oh man, I didn't know he had this in him, and now he's an entrepreneur and all this stuff. And it probably even impacts his friends, you know, watching like, well, shoot, let me go get a lawnmower. Can I cut with you? You need a weed whacker? Like, you know, like something where they can just work
Establish
together.
A business together.
Yeah, now that's what's up, man. That's good. That's good. And I so thought it was a black kid. I thought
everybody does.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty, y'all. I'm guilty. I'm so guilty. And I even had a gas station in mind. I'm like, what was that? It was yellow. What is yellow? Shell? Yeah. I'm thinking it was a Shell. I had
It was BP.
It was a BP? Okay. Because I'm like, I had the actual spot in my mind. I'm visualizing them going in. Because, there is one particular Shell where they always ask me for some change whenever I'm in that area and I got to get gas. They're like, and can you give me a sandwich or something? Like, you know, so when you said it, that was the first one to come to mind. Like, and one time I was in there, I got a guy some chips or whatever, because he was like, my little brother, I didn't see his little brother until I told him yes. And then when I came in, I seen the little brother, and I was thinking, like, if they were just trying to scam me, then they probably would have used the little brother first, right? But he was probably protecting them, you know, just kind of like, we haven't eaten anything. But then when I was ringing out, I was like, where did they go? You know, like the chips is theirs. And I look up, and they had another lady in there, like, about to buy him some chips too. So I was just like, okay, I don't know, baby. Those are his, you know what I'm saying? Still give it to him, you know, let the Lord worry about it. But yeah, it's one thing that people can ask for help and people take the time, to actually listen.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know all the time. We can assume, right? We can be like, oh, they faking, or oh, they don't really need it, or everybody who asks is lying,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
like you never really know.
And we don't know the dynamic of their situation based off of geographic areas. In these specific areas, like you stated, the shell that you was at, those kids were asking because these geographic areas are low poverty areas. So we don't know their current situation.
Right.
We just, like you said, we have to let the Lord handle that, but we can do what we can do to assist them and to provide some form of support and care.
Yeah.
Especially with, the price of everything, the cost of living is high, food is expensive, just in the state of, or in Cincinnati, there's over 44,000 homeless families.
What?
So,
Dang.
and I mean, that's how serious it is. And it's only going to continue to get worse, So as communities, we have to get together and we have to do something for the youth because we all they got.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's what's up. So let's talk about this basketball. So how did you end up getting connected with Cincinnati Public?
So I've always assisted with coaching for high school. And then I had started at Coverdale.
Okay.
And then I'm at Woodford. So, and it was just kind of one of those things where, and even before that, I was even coaching at like rec centers and stuff like that. And
so you ain't really leave the game, like you always.
No.
Okay.
I still, it's just like it's in me. I think I'm gonna be 90 years old still hooping. I'm gonna have my walker
in one hand
and the ball in the other. I think I'm gonna still be hooping even then. You just fall in love with it.
Yeah,
some people find passion and love in singing or in music or vehicles and specific things, and they will do it because that's their passion, that's what they love to do, and basketball was just my thing.
That's your thing.
And then when I see that in a lot of young girls or young boys and I see what they're capable of, for me it's just like that thrill. I'm like their biggest hype person. I will literally jump off the stands and root them and because I love seeing that for for our people. I love seeing that for our, our community. It's it's really a beautiful thing.
It is for sure. So I'm gonna share a story and then you can share one. So the girls for your team. So I remember this is their first time playing, and the first drills, like the first couple practices, first times, just dribbling up and down the court. And I was just kind of like, do I really want to do this? Like, I'm still processing stuff. I got stuff I ain't signed off on yet. Do I really want to do this? And, it's their first season having like a real team league and stuff. But still, I was just watching them and I knew the challenge. I knew the struggle. I was like, okay. I know what I'm dealing with. Like these guys, first time. Most of them ain't never played before. Definitely not in a real league and, whatnot. So then from that day to here recently, just from the practices, I shifted. I had a drill I had them doing where it was more live game practice, if you will. Like the drill itself was more of a real life situation. Coming down, you dribbling, you stop, you look and scan, and it's somebody wide open. Let me cross over and attack. And so I wanted to let them try it and just see, where they were with it. And I promise they were dribbling better than I ever seen them dribble, pausing, hesitating, crossing over, going to the cup. And then they were like making almost all their shots. I was looking like, who are you guys? Like, who are you guys right now? You know? And so, of course, I had to give them kudos on that. And I'm going to give two stories, so you can give two. Okay. And so there was another one where at the beginning, I had them running. Of course, none of them was in no kind of shape whatsoever, right? And they're still getting there, but it was very bad, really bad. And so the running, this one particular day, I just shared this with them the other day. There was one, well, before this happened, like early on, there was one or two that would quit, like I'm done, or I don't want to run and stuff. You know how it is. It's like that. I don't want to have them off the team, but I still need to be strict with the rules and what I expect, right? So the one, and it was funny because it was just like in the movies. It was like the best kid that wasn't here, now found out we playing. They done talked her into playing. Now she playing. She's one of the best. And the first day she like, wait, y'all running? Like, I don't want to run. Like, and it's just like, oh, here we go. Right. And so she kind of walked away like, you know, I don't want to do this. And she told me, I let the girls keep going. I went to talk to her, and it's kind of like, you know, you have to run when the team is running. Exactly. You know, whatever the team is doing, you have to do. You know, I don't want you to quit. I want you to stay here, but you got to do what everybody else is doing. Right. You know, and I know right now you're a little salty because you done walked out and you're all quit and this and that. Yeah. So I want you to come back. If you want to just watch on the sideline for today, that's fine because you didn't run and they did, but I want you to stay. And she ended up staying. That was one example of like the quitting piece. So that to make it make sense. This second, later on, it was like I was running them. Man. I was running them. And it was a fun, like, all right, whoever, if you make the shot, we done. If you miss, it's two more. Like, you know, and they kept on like coming together. Well, you shoot. Okay, well, I want you. Well, oh no, I want to do. Well, let her shoot. She wants to, you know, all of that. You know, and it was, and I'm just watching them like, look at y'all, a little family. Y'all coming together like a family. Look at y'all. And so, but they kept missing. They kept missing. And this one girl on the team, she just cried. She cried and cried, but she turned around. She was like face against the wall, like nobody probably even noticed her, but I did. You know, I did. And when it happened, I'm thinking like, okay, how is this about to go down? You know, okay. And she turns back around and she like wipes her stuff, you know, her face and wipes everything. And she gets herself together and she gets up to keep running. And I'm like, let's go. Because I'm like, that would not have happened before. That would never have happened before. Never. Good. So I had to show them love the other day and tell them about it, like how both of those, they were doing much better. The drills and stuff, they were doing well. And I called them out. I was like, I'm not going to tell y'all who, but one of y'all was crying, you know, and it was, who was it? Was it you? Who was it? Who was it? And then she just kind of like started laughing, like, cause she knew it was her. And it was like, oh, it was you. But yeah, so those were two stories for me where I could see the growth. I could see the impact, and in even such a short amount of time, right? But I want to hear you now. If you can share two stories, at least two, where, you know, you saw
So I kind of even merged these where, so when I first meet a new group of girls that I'm coaching, I always give my introduce myself, and I allow for them to introduce themselves. In the beginning, I also, as they introduce themselves, I want to know one fun fact about them. That way, it just kind of opens up the playing field. So that way I can build a better relationship with them. Also, I let them know every time when they step foot on my court, it's always something positive. We leave the negative energy, anything negative outside the door. If you need someone to talk to, have a sidebar conversation, that will be with me. So anytime when we go through our regular drills and stuff like that, like the team I had last year, they was kind of hesitant. They were, you know, they were like, oh my God, we got to run. We got to do this, because you're going to have some girls that are more experienced than the others. Right. And so the ones that are more experienced, they're used to it. They're like, okay, I'm going to get out here and do my thing. You know, I'm used to this. They're used to suicides. They're used to, you know, running laps. They're used to specific drills. Stretching. And the newer ones are more so like, you know, and they're young girls. So they're more like, oh, we just did that. Or they'll be like, you know, they'll be like, oh, you know, they want to talk amongst each other. And I'm like, you know, no sidebar conversation, ladies. You know, but that's their energy. You know, we've been the age one. So, you know, they want to still have the interaction. And so we would just kind of focus on that. And, you know, so we, as they started getting into the games, getting into the scrimmages and understanding how much it's important for us to just kind of communicate together, that does change. Just the other day, the girls that I coach, we played a game. So after we get done with all of our drills, for the last 30 minutes, we always play a game. Whether it's King of the Court or we play just a full court game. All right, how's King of the Court? What's that? King of the Court is basically like one-on-one, and whoever wins, the next person will come up and play them. And so as we're playing our game, this is my first time seeing these girls play together. So mid-game, they were getting upset. They were agitated with each other. And I called the game. I said, all right, pause. So we had about 15 girls. And I said, what went right, what went wrong? I went down the line, every last one of them explaining their opinion.
Yeah.
What went right and what went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those 15 girls, at least 11 of them said communication.
Wow.
That was the key, was communication. They had
That's
issues with
huge.
communicating with one another.
Yeah.
So once we were able to resolve that issue and come up with different methods of how to better communicate, then today when we played, they got it.
Nice.
They got it.
Nice.
They communicated better. There was better interactions. There was less tension between them, because girls, sometimes it's tension. They're like, pass me the ball, or don't do this, don't do that, or she hit me, she bumped me, so girls can be a little bit more, feminine than, some of the boy players, and then, and which is normal. And so, but this time they were like, okay, I got this now.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. I remember when I had them passing, teaching them just the basic passing, I would tell them to call each other's name out, like say their name, say it loud, and it was like, they was stuck like, dang, I don't know her name, And
that's one of the issues. And that's why every day when they introduce themselves, I'm like, hey, what's your name? Tell me something positive you did today. So that's the way, we begin all of our practice.
I'm gonna steal that.
Definitely, absolutely. Hey,
that's
what's your name again?
For me, right there, like I like that.
Exactly, or your nickname. What's your nickname or your name again? Until I can remember.
Right. Right.
And then, tell me something. Tell me something positive you did today. I don't care if it's something positive you did at home. I don't care if it's something positive you did at school. But when you come in the court, we need positive energy. Yeah. And so they would tell me something positive that they did, and then we'll get into our stretching, we'll get into our warm up, and then we'll get right into our drills. And then before they leave my court, they have to tell me something new that they learned.
Nice.
So even if it's the same thing, like I learned how to better communicate, I learned how to better dribble, I need to know that they are learning. If someone say, oh, I didn't learn anything, well, then my goal as a coach is to intrigue them with something new that they didn't know before. Because I have a couple, point guards, there's some animals on my team. Okay. And so if she were to say, oh, I didn't learn anything new, I'm going to teach her a different drill that's going to, just going to kind of challenge her a little bit. Yeah. So that's what we aim to do. Is is to push them to their potential, because they all have ways and meaningful ways of learning.
No, that's good. That's good. Man, I thought I was the only one that was like, okay, how can I secretly learn these names?
Yeah.
Why don't y'all call each other name out when you pass? Like.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm listening like, I can't hear you.
Yeah, because every year it's a different set sometime of girls. So absolutely. So that's my thing. I'm like, what's your name again? Or what's your nickname? Yeah. And it always helped me to remember the girls' names. Even to this day, like girls I've coached years ago, I still remember their names because, and I remember certain positive things that they did, so that's always a plus.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I'm definitely still in that, say your name and something that you like to do. So I'm gonna come up with something, just like a normal group situation where I'm trying to connect and stuff. I didn't think about it that way. But
and it gets the mind going, because when they get out of school, they're excited. They're like, man, I'm about to go play basketball and this and that. They're not thinking about, still having those gears going. So I still keep them, learning during the entire process.
That's what's up. No, I like that. I like that. All right. So I'm gonna have to get a schedule too, so I can wait. Y'all started games yet?
Not just yet.
Okay, because we haven't either. Okay. I seen somebody recently like, oh, the season was great and da-da-da-da. I was like, dang.
Maybe it was AAU.
I was like, man, this was a school.
Yeah. Or maybe
it was a middle school.
They probably was rushing it.
Right. I was just like, oh my gosh, we haven't had one scrimmage, a game, or nothing, and they're done already. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like, I won't tell nobody. We'll be all right, But our game's coming, I think, I want to say this month is the first game, but we already halfway through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we about to. So anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna check y'all out too. Support you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me see. So let's talk about you. Named a couple things. Did you say you were the president of something?
Yes.
Tell us about
Trinity Safe Haven.
Yes. Tell us about that, man. Yes.
So Trinity Safe Haven is a nonprofit organization that works with young girls that have been through a form of sexual trauma or abuse. So our goal is to provide forms of therapy, self-healing, mental health, where we can help these girls to learn how to deal with self-care or resulting in just different methods of ways of dealing with trauma. And some of the ways we do that is through music. We've had yoga events. We've had Kick the Abuse events, which was like a kickball event. So
nice.
yeah, we've put together quite a bit of different events.
Nice.
We take in like group homes per se. And so what we do with them is we create a curriculum for them where we can go into these group homes with young girls and we can work with them as well. We will do paint and sips with them. We'll take them to church. We do so many different things for these young girls because sometimes with them being in a group homes, they feel forgotten. They feel left out. And so with Trinity Safe Haven, everything is completely confidential. We don't expose their pictures on social media. We don't discuss their stories. Everything is strictly confidential. And we just want to provide that listening ear for them because a lot of these girls feel like they have no one to confide in. And so Trinity Safe Haven opens up this personal space, this safe space for them to say, hey, I've been through that too, and it's okay. We're going to be here to support you. We are going to make sure that you have all the resources you need moving forward because a lot of girls that have been through a form of sexual trauma, after the legal things that occur and then after all of the therapies through, the hospitals and so forth, and now it's like, where do they go from here? We have young girls that's been through sex trafficking. They've been through abuse at home. And it's like, what do they do? And some parents don't even know what to do. So once they reach out to Trinity Safe Haven, we're able to work with them, provide resources for them. We have therapists. We have on our board amazing group of women that support each other. It's like a sisterhood, and we really fight for these young girls. And then also our our founder, Selena Wright, is absolutely phenomenal. She's a bit camera shy, but she is the founder.
Shout out.
Yes. Shout out.
Let's go.
Shout out. But she's the founder. And honestly, if it wasn't even for her, because I've seen different things from my past or from my family, just the knowledge that she has is extremely beneficial. We incorporated that with the rest of the women that's on our board. And we go into these group homes and we put together programs and different events, fundraising events that really do impact the community and work with them to pull us all together.
No, that's huge, man. You gotta give us the contact information real quick. We'll put it in the description below.
Awesome.
But while they're watching right now, is there a phone number or website or
something?
Yes,
website, www.trinitysafehaven.org. Definitely check us out. And we do have social media as well, Facebook, Instagram, and also we have TickTok. So we do have those as well.
That's what's up, man. That's huge because support, man. People going through things and not knowing, like you said, even parents sometimes, they're just like, I don't know what to do with this. My daughter was going through something one time and I was like, I really don't know what to do with this, but I know I'm about to go to the school. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first place I'm going to go to the school, tell them, and boom, they was like, ooh, bop, bop. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So I came to the right place. You know what I mean? Like, they had resources, but anywhere where there's resources available is going to be a blessing to so many people.
Exactly. Because some people are scared to tell their stories, or they're scared to, find those resources. They're uncomfortable. A lot of people, they don't want to ask questions. A lot of people are like, well, we don't want to touch that, or we don't want to speak on that. But it's a normalcy now, though. 1 in every 5 girls has been through a form of sexual trauma. Whether it's, rape, molestation, or just inappropriate touching. But especially even in college, or high schools, these young girls are scared to speak up, but we are that advocate for them. We will fight and protect them as well.
That's awesome. Dang, that's awesome. How did you even get connected? Like, how did you get started with them?
So a family member of mine went through that form of trauma. And it was one of those situations where it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, and even when Selena
Man.
brought the information to my attention, and, you know, actually I had reached out to her because
Okay.
I was like, you know, what do you do?
Yeah.
And she, when I tell you, she gave me the whole rundown
Right.
of, okay, this is what happens. This is what you need
Mm.
to do. Like, she gave the breakdown of that situation. And then once I became a member of the board and started working alongside of her, I was able to see how many other young women and young girls that has experienced forms of sexual trauma.
Dang.
And I mean, it blew my mind because I'm like, wow, you know,
Right.
I mean, it's fascinating because you don't hear about it.
Right.
You know, everything is kind of, especially if it happens in the home, a lot of it is kept quiet. You know, I've heard stories from older generations of, you know, our elders where they would say, oh, that was a normal thing. We just kept this person away.
Right,
you know, but instead,
never dealt with it emotionally.
Right, but not knowing that those type of things lead up to other issues with trauma. You know, a lot of these women that are older, they never dealt with that trauma. And so that way, if Trinity Safe Haven provide different mental health and therapy for them, that they can focus on it now instead of waiting until they're adults and, you know, and going through being promiscuous or going through certain situations where they're like, okay, I don't know if I'm coming or going, you know, and anything that, you know, is a trauma carries on weight on your shoulders. You know, even if you get into a car accident, you know, you're going to be scared to just jump behind the wheel quick. You know, if a person is, you know, they were in a burning building, they're going to be scared that it may happen again. So, you know, a lot of the times people don't look at it as, okay, this person or this young lady has been through this form of trauma. What should I do next? You know, and Trinity Safe Haven offers that opportunity for us to provide therapy and assistance for them.
Man, that's huge. One more time, man, give them the information.
Again, it's trinitysafehaven.org, www.trinitysafehaven.org. Again, we have Facebook, Instagram, and we have Twitter as well. Definitely hit us up.
Yeah, man. And guys, sometimes you don't know who you might run into. So you may be listening going like, oh, that's not me. I've never. Well, first of all, it may end up being you, but you might run into somebody or already know somebody who needed that website, that information right there. So guys, please, if you know the information to help somebody, please share it. Share it. That's huge, man. Thank you for what you do and all you guys, man, because that's not something everybody can do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not something everybody
Just hearing those stories, you have to have a strong shell. But we developed a strong shell for them because we're the advocate for them.
Yeah, that's good. And that's really good.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it's a third thing too you mentioned. We can maybe dive into a little bit. What was the other thing?
So I work for Bonza Core Mercy Health and HR.
Okay. So when you're doing that, well, HR, so do you work with youth at all?
No.
Okay. No. Okay, with that. All right. Well, you're a parent.
Oh, yes.
You're definitely a parent.
Yes.
Right?
I am.
What's before we get into our A or B options, what's something that as a parent you feel, and this is a perfect segue, that you feel that you experienced, went through, and it probably beat you up a little bit, but you had to learn and grow through it, and now you came out successful with that particular thing. And if you can share that with somebody, because maybe somebody else is going through whatever that thing may be, and then if you can be a blessing to them and help them through what it was, that whatever that is.
Absolutely. Finding out at my age, I'm not going to say my age, that I was going to be a young, that I was going to be a grandmother, right? So just if your teens come to you and they were to say, hey, you know, I'm late or whatever the case may be, we've all been their age, they've never been ours. So taking the time out to breathe, have patience, and listen to them, because it's not the end of the world. And there's services, there's resources that's out there to provide guidance. I know when I dealt with my daughter, and with her being a teen mom, the only thing that I can do is love her even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think I got that was really, really good, really important out of that was patience first. Be patient and breathe.
Yes.
Right. And then to still love them. That it's
No
not the
matter
end
what.
of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not out here by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's resources.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not a loss, it's a gain.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Not a loss, but a gain.
Mm-hmm.
We doing math out here now, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I mean, every situation we experience in life, we always gain a little knowledge with it.
Absolutely.
You know, whether it's good or whether it's bad, we always take it as a learning experience. That's
absolutely.
right. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this has been good, man.
Yes.
I'm excited. You got me pumped about some basketball stuff. I haven't gotten to talk basketball in a while, and you know, I played for a long time, and I ain't gonna get into what all I got to do and where I played, but and I feel like sometimes they've heard everything. Like I feel like I've said it a million times. I'm on the show every time.
Yeah.
But we can talk more about that later. But anyway, I want to give you the opportunity now to make your selection.
Okay.
Here it comes, guys. You guys, some of you guys know what it is. It's that time. It is that time.
Okay.
So option A and option B. Option A, winning plays, you get to choose principals, teachers, and parents, all three of them, principals, teachers, parents. And you give 3 winning plays each. That's a total of 9. Don't let it scare you. And then option B is choose one of them, principals or parents or teachers, and give them 5 winning plays, tips, things that can help them be the best they can be to serve these babies out here, because that's what it's all about. Okay.
So it kind of goes back to what I was saying before.
Which one you going with?
I'm going to go with...
Look, she trying to slide by.
So B was...
B is pick one of them and give 5.
Okay, I'm going to pick one of them and give 5.
Okay, there we go. Which one?
I'm going to pick... Ooh, this is a good one. Because I want to, I can talk all night, but I want to talk to all of them. But
you can maybe do all of them if you want.
God, I mean, I want. Let's go with 5.
Okay.
I'll talk to the teachers.
Teachers.
Yes.
All right, teachers. Here we
go. One, Jewel, is be patient with these kids, because they already deal with scrutiny at home, and they also have to deal with scrutiny at school.
That's good. That's good.
The other thing, number 2 is be a listening ear. If they're acting out, it's because of a reason. And if you show that you actually really care,
that part,
they would really open up to you.
Yeah. That's good.
The third thing.
Number 3, we rolling. We rolling.
The third thing is be involved more. Just don't let it be about a paycheck. If they come to you need information or you have information, don't harbor it. They're our future. Definitely give them some information. Give them the tools they need. That's what they go to school for, to learn, get an education, to gain knowledge.
That's good. That's good. That's 3. 2 more.
Yeah. So the 4th thing is show compassion. Definitely show a little bit more compassion. It goes a long way. They may not come in there dressed in the best attire, but show compassion. Still give them the same amount of respect, dignity that they deserve.
Yeah.
Just because they have less than the cooler kids doesn't mean that they don't have feelings.
Right.
So be just compassionate.
That's good.
And the other thing is definitely respect. I've heard kids say, teachers don't even respect us. Why should we respect them? And don't get me wrong, it does start from home too. It does, how they're raised. But I've seen kids that even though they act a fool at home, they still have respect for their teachers because how they're treated. And how they're respected.
No, that's good.
Those are my 5
good.
tools.
You dropped them. Okay. Was you nervous? Like,
oh, no. I talk about this all the time. So, it's like second nature for me.
Like, I'm good. Yeah, because you was about to hit the 3 and the 3.
I was trying to get to that point where I'm like, okay, let me just, keep it strictly in
that's what's up. Now, I appreciate you being here,
absolutely,
sharing what you share some very valuable information that I really and truly believe will be a blessing to hopefully many people. Many
Yes.
people out there, guys, connect, reach out. Like I said, if you have anybody you run into that you know that are needing those services, man, pass the information. That's what we're here to do. It's the Win and Play podcast. We're gathering nuggets, we're gathering these diamonds, and we're spewing them out, sharing with everybody. So come eat. All right, is there anything that you want to say? Any shout outs, last minute words of wisdom? There's got to be some shout outs. Your girls, your team, like I'm sure they're going to be like, wait, you was what?
Definitely shout out to Woodford Academy. That's my basketball team. We coming for all the teams,
Let's
so
go.
Y'all be ready. Definitely.
Unless we play y'all. I'm just playing.
I'm about to say, we acting full up in there. Definitely make sure that you guys reach out into Trinity Safe Haven as well. That's our nonprofit organization. Like we stated, we definitely will keep everything confidential. And we specialize in dealing with young ladies that have been through a form of sexual trauma and abuse. Of course, the Winin podcast for having me on today. So I really appreciate that. Much love. Because like I said, doing what we do is a sensitive topic, and most people can't handle it, but it's needed in our community.
It's
needed.
Big time.
Yeah.
Whew. Big time. Well, thank you so much for coming again. I appreciate you taking the time and sharing what you shared. And like I said, it's always nice to get some laughs. We got some laughs in, but also to be able to flip that switch and say, hey, here's some serious stuff too. Here's some content that, is needed for a lot of people. And, it's to me amazing when it's a topic that people need but don't know where to get it or how to get it. It's like, dang, how do I? Like, I'm in
because
this
there's resources for everything else. If your lights get cut off, if you need food, I mean, if you need health insurance, there's resources for all of that. But, except for what, services we provide.
So that's cool, man. All right, guys. As I said, this was going to be a great episode, and make sure you like and subscribe and tune in.
And subscribe.
That's right. Let them know. And so tune in to the next one, and that's all I have.
That's all I got too. No.
All right. Well, it's your boy, Sean Geary, and I'm out. Peace.